Hi everyone, thank you for joining. My name is Aaron, and I am here to tell you about our Fund6 proposal, consenz, a virtual parliament app for the distributed decision-making challenge. Let's start with our mission statement as we see it. We are here to build infrastructure for better decentralized governance. We understand that governance is one of the biggest challenges that stand in front of the Cardano community, the crypto ecosystem, and maybe even the human race. And we wish to take an active part in building the tools for this challenge. The problems that we have identified is that even though everybody will agree that good decision-making requires open discussion, require an opportunity to share different perspectives, to examine thoroughly the pros and cons of every decision needed to be made, the reality is that the discussions on the future of Cardano and Catalyst are spread on many platforms. They are disconnected from the voting process. They create a lot of noise, which makes them inefficient. So we wish to create a platform that will enable a way for the community members to create together agreements by integrating three main features: ongoing voting, collaborative text editing, and structured discussion into one process, into one platform, into one place. Let's dive a little bit into the problem as we see it. If we compare centralized governance as it is in representative democracy system to the current decentralized governance process as it is in decentralized autonomous organization, we can see that there is a major gap between the two. In centralized governance, the public cannot take a direct part in the decision making, but they do vote to elect representatives. Those representatives are gathered in the parliament to discuss and vote in order to make decisions. And then those decisions are being executed by the official of the government. In decentralized governance, the coin holder, the public in this case, do take an active and direct part in the decision-making process by voting on-chain on protocol changes and proposals. Those protocol changes are implemented directly to the code by the dev team, and then those proposals are being funded, and by that, those decisions are being executed. This raised the question, where is the discussion in decentralized governance? Well, I guess is that you have already experienced that the discussion on decentralized governance is on many platforms. It is very chaotic. It is almost impossible to navigate. And when the discussion is everywhere, well, actually it is nowhere. So we are here to provide the missing link in decentralized governance. Consenz is meant to be a place for the community members to discuss in order to create agreements. Those agreements will be the base and the framework of the execution of the decisions that will be made by voting on chain. Agreement in that regard can be a very simple idea that can fit into one sentence and needed the community approval. It can be a few paragraphs that representing some guideline or some process, and it can also be detailed and very long document that can be, let's say, a constitution of the DAO, maybe. In any case, user can interact directly and create the agreements together by those three features that I have mentioned before. They can vote on the agreement or on part of it in order to approve or deny it. They can suggest improvement by editing part of the agreement and putting those suggestions into a vote. And they can discuss the details of the agreement by commenting and replying. A little bit more about the difference in discussion in consent from other online platforms. Online discussion, as we used to it, is usually an endless thread of comments and reply. It is chaotic, there is no goal, and there is no process, and there is no product to the process. In consenz, we wish to reverse the direction of the process of discussion online. In consenz, every reply and every comment can act as an argument to convince the participant to vote for or against part of the agreement or improvement suggestion for the agreement. Then those suggestions that receive enough support for the community are added to the agreement. By that, there is a goal and there is a product to the process. A little bit about us. Well, I have 10 years of research and experiment in decentralized decision-making. Over the last decade, I've been working with municipalities, with NGOs, and other organizations in order to promote public participation in decision-making. During this time, I take part in a few ventures to create web platform for this purpose. And over the last 3 years, I've been building a prototype for the consenz app. The design and the development of consenz is being made by Sophie, a software cooperative that have all the personnel with the right skills in order to execute this mission. So now what? Now this is time to vote. Please, if you found our idea worthwhile, please go into the Catalyst voting app. Look for consenz in the distributed decision-making challenge and vote for us in order to promote our chances to bring this idea into reality. You are very welcome to contact me using this email or this Discord users, and thank you very much for listening.